You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Hey, my lean and lit lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Get Lean and Lit with Lindy. This is where we keep it all the way real. We keep it very simple, and I definitely do not pretend like celery juice and cold plunges will fix your life. So we are realists on this podcast, no delusion whatsoever, just straight facts, okay? Great. So I'm Lindy. I am your guide to getting stronger, leaner, and feeling really good in your body as you age. I especially am speaking to women who are 40 plus, and those women who kind of start every Monday trying to do the right thing and get on the right path. So we're trying to do away with that type of thinking and just really get down to the bare necessities. So I love science and I love doing research. So everything that I share on my podcast is scientifically researched, scientifically backed, and things that I actually do myself. So I love experimenting on myself. So if you know anything about science and about research, N equals 1 should mean something to you. And that's what I look at myself as, a subject of 1. So take what I'm talking about today, listen to it, and see if it applies to you in your life. Today's episode is a good one. We're going to be talking about something people love to oversell and to misunderstand, both of those things. So I'm talking about burning fat while you sleep. Let that sink in for a minute. So before you think, what is she talking about? Oh, great. Here comes some weird biohack. No, just relax. We're not doing that today or ever on this podcast. You're not going to drink a magic tea. You're not going to wrap yourself in saran wrap like leftovers. And I hope you're not wearing a sauna suit to go to sleep. Please don't do that. But here's the truth. Your body does burn fat while you sleep if your habits support it and you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. So that's the great news. It's about to get exciting on the podcast today because I am going to walk through 10 realistic, and I'm heavy on realistic, nighttime routines and habits that actually assist you in fat loss while you are sleeping. So it doesn't get any easier than that, right? And as women over 40, we're often dealing with slower metabolisms, a lot of stress in our lives from parents, from kids, from work, sometimes weight gain, and a lot of times hormone shifts. So we're going to really get into it on this podcast today. So let's start with a quick reality check and level setting like I like to do. So fat loss happens when your body is in a calorie deficit over time. But how your body uses energy, stores fat, and recovers is heavily influenced by sleep and your evening habits. So translation to that is you can work out hard every day, but if your nighttime routine is a hot mess, your results are going to be slower than a bad Monday morning. Okay. So get your pad out and take some notes. I'm going to literally go through 1 through 10. And these are simple, but they can be game changers depending on what you have going on right now. Okay, let's start with number 1. Stop eating at 9 o'clock p.m. or even earlier. Don't go past 9 o'clock still eating. Get super serious about it too. Don't just say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. No, get serious about it. Actually do it. Set an alarm on your phone if you have to, but start doing this, okay? Late night snacking is not evil, but mindless eating is. It's really not good for you. For example, if your evening routine is eat dinner, have a snack, have another snack, have just a bite, and then eat some random handfuls of some stuff, guess what? You've suddenly eaten 600 extra calories that aren't accounted for in your nutrition plan. That's a lot of calories. It's very easy to do too. So I've been there. It's very easy to do. A lot of the times you're not even hungry. You're just eating because you're either bored or it may be out of habit because you need to be doing something while you're watching TV, watching Netflix, answering emails, anything that's kind of mindless eating is not helping you at all. And it's most definitely derailing your fat loss progress. So tune into that. So the goal is to finish eating 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. On most nights, you don't have to be perfect, but on most nights, finish eating 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. Close the kitchen, brush your teeth, and be done eating. Of course, there's exceptions to that. If you're out late doing something, maybe out to dinner with friends late, or you're on vacation, or just whatever, but make those things the exception. If you're at home, stick to the program. Make that a non-negotiable for yourself. Okay. Number 2, prioritize protein at dinner. Anybody that's listened to any one of my podcasts, you know protein is very high on the list for me to prioritize. And I think it should be for you as well. Because your body repairs your muscle while you're sleeping. So the more muscle you have, the better your metabolism works for you. So if your dinner is all carbs and no protein, you're missing a huge, huge opportunity for a protein hit before you go to sleep. Now, when I say protein hit, it could be whatever your protein of choice is. I'm talking about a serving of chicken, fish, tofu, Greek yogurt, eggs, something solid, whatever your choice of protein is. You should be eating it at every single meal. But don't wait to eat it at night all at once. It needs to be parted out throughout the whole day. So you should have 4 to 5 protein hits, 25 to 35 grams of protein in a given day. Okay. Number 3, this is really a good one, very easy. Take a 10-minute walk after dinner. This one is very seriously underrated. A short walk has so many benefits for us. It helps your blood sugar control after eating. It helps your digestion. And it also helps you metabolize fat. Also, a walk after dinner helps you mentally transition from like a go mindset to relaxation mode. The walk doesn't have to be anything power walkish or crazy. None of that's required. You're not training for the Olympics. You're not speed walking. You're just trying to move your large muscles so that they vacuum up the sugar that you've just eaten out of your blood. When I say sugar, I'm talking about it's not necessarily sugar in the exact sense, but the glucose that's in your blood. So your large muscles vacuum those up. They act like a sponge to prevent high glucose spikes. Okay. The beauty of this habit is that you could also substitute dancing. You could do calisthenics if you like to jump rope or do jumping jacks or, mountain climbers or whatever you like to do, climbing a set of stairs, anything that's going to get your big muscle groups moving. And the biggest muscles we have are in our lower body, our glutes and our quads and our hamstrings, our legs. Okay, so get those muscles moving to decrease the insulin spikes in your blood. Number 4, create a wind down routine for yourself. Yes, for you, it's not just for kids. You need a wind down routine for yourself. If your brain is still running a full to-do list at midnight, your body is not focused on fat burning. It is focused on survival. The more you stress out, the more stress you're dealing with at night, the higher your cortisol levels are going to be, and the harder it is going to be for you to lose fat. Cortisol levels block fat, high cortisol levels. So some things you can do to try to wind down at the end of the day, some things that I do, for example, reading, get a good book, stretching, so you can get on the floor and do some yoga poses, do some light stretches. Journaling is really good. And turning off work emails or emails in general and screens in general, which is really, really hard. I recognize that because it's hard for me. It's hard to put down that phone. We're addicted to our iPads. We're addicted to checking email every 5 seconds, text messages. We got to put the phones down. Ideally, 60 to 90 minutes before your bedtime. It's hard, but strive for that. I had a friend, I'm going to call her Kimberly to protect her identity, who swore she barely ate anything. But every night she snacked on things like almonds, dark chocolate, a little cheese, maybe a couple of crackers, all really quote unquote healthy foods. And they all added up to about 800 to 1,000 calories a night, which, once she set a simple kitchen cutoff time, we talked about it. Cut the kitchen off, turn the lights out, clean everything up, put everything in a dishwasher, like literally shut the kitchen down. Once she did that, she started losing fat without changing anything else in her nutrition. Just cut those snacks out, cut the kitchen off. So it's not magic. It's really just common sense, because those random calories, when you're not even hungry, really, really add up. So be very cognizant of that. Okay, let's go on to number 5. Number 5, go to bed earlier than you think you need to. That's another tough one. This one hurts. I know. I struggle with this one myself. But if you're only getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night, the next day you're hungrier, your attitude is not good, you're more stressed out, you're less efficient at burning fat for the whole next day when you didn't get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So even though it requires a lot of discipline and foreplanning to make sure everything's done before it's time to go to bed, we should all aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep or more, if you can, per night. So again, you don't have to be perfect, but strive for consistency. So more nights in the week than not, try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep or more if you're able. Now, number 6 is going to get under some people's skin. I understand. Number 6 is limit alcohol in the evening. I personally do not drink, and I'm not recommending that you never drink in the evenings, but please understand what alcohol does to your body. Please be informed about that. It disrupts sleep quality tremendously. It definitely slows fat metabolism and increases your cravings for the next day. It's a trifecta of not good. Also, your body will burn alcohol first before it burns fat. So your priorities do matter here. So ask yourself if you really need that glass of wine at night, every night, or can you substitute it with some hibiscus tea, some water, or nothing? Only you can answer that question. But for me, it's a no. Okay, number 7, hydration. Hydration. But do not chug a gallon at 10 p.m. Okay, hydration. Hydration matters a lot for metabolism. I am super serious about my hydration, and I have an entire podcast dedicated exclusively to hydration and how I do it and how I recommend that you do it. I think it was the second podcast that I recorded. So it's very top of mind for me, and it's something that I think is such an easy fix for a lot of people. But timing is everything with hydration. front load your water, because if you're waking up 3 times a night to go pee, that's not helping your sleep. So front load your water early in the day, starting when you first wake up. Have water on your nightstand when you first wake up. Before your feet hit the ground, drink your water, at least 16 ounces. So don't wait till the end of the day, or your sleep will definitely be messed up because you'll be getting up and down. But hydration is very important. Okay, number 8, take magnesium glycinate before bed. I'm not big on talking about a lot of supplements, but that is one that I do not go without. Magnesium glycinate before bed. So magnesium glycinate specifically, because as you guys probably know, there are several forms of magnesium out there, but magnesium glycinate is the most researched form, and studies found that it can help relax your nervous system. It actually improves the quality of your sleep. It can reduce muscle tension, and it supports blood sugar regulation. So magnesium glycinate is like amazing. Better sleep means better recovery, which ultimately leads to more fat loss. But it's not a fat burning pill, so don't get that part twisted. I'm going to be clear about that. But it has been proven to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, which is super important. To me, that's a win-win in my book. So I take 360 milligrams of magnesium every night, about an hour before my bedtime. So 9 o'clock, I go to bed at 10. My preferred brand is Pure Encapsulations, not sponsored. I like them because it's third-party tested, and they have high purity levels. And it really, really helps me get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep consistently. So I would recommend you look into it. Start with a moderate dose though, and see how your body reacts to it. And if you're on any type of medication, definitely talk to your doctor, because I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, and I'm not trying to play one on this podcast, but I'm letting you know what I do and what scientifically is proven to work for most people. But check it out for yourself. Okay. Number 9, do not bring stress to bed with you. This is a big one, because we are all guilty of doing this. I know it's much easier said than done, but going to bed anxious spikes your cortisol, and it disrupts recovery and your sleep patterns. So one thing you can try to do for this one is a brain dump before bed. So how you do that is take the time to write out everything that's stressing you out from the day, from the prior week, from the prior month, or whatever it is, so that it's not bouncing around in your head at 2 a.m. when you're trying to sleep. So it's a simple step that you can take, but it's very, very effective. So give it a try for a week and see how it improves your sleep. I guarantee you that it will. So there was a time when I consistently stayed up way too late, just to feel like I had some me time to myself. So I spent the late night hours scrolling, snacking, watching TV, watching Netflix, watching YouTube. And you know what? I was exhausted. It was crazy. I was inflamed. I was holding on to a little bit of belly fat, like it was a security blanket or something. It was crazy. But once I created my actual wind down routine, and I went to bed a little bit earlier at first, and then I ended up having to go to bed a lot earlier, like a couple of hours earlier, it was a total game changer. My energy levels improved, my cravings completely dropped, and my fat loss just started moving in the right direction, and I didn't have to worry about belly fat anymore. So if you think you need to go to bed at 11, you probably need to go to bed at 10. So back it up a little bit and try it and see if you can work it out, make it work into your schedule. I think you'll be a lot happier and more satisfied with results. So last but not least, number 10, be consistent. You don't have to be perfect. And that sentiment applies to a lot of things that are health related, but in this instance, be consistent as you can be. None of us are perfect. We're not robots. Things happen, life happens, but try and strive for these things on a daily basis. This is kind of the one that ties all the 1 through 9 together, because you don't have to nail every single habit that I'm mentioning every single night. But if most nights you eat reasonably, you move a little bit after you eat, you wind down, and you focus on sleeping well, trust and believe that your body is going to respond positively to those things. If that is your mindset, your body's going to respond positively. I know mine did, and it still does. It took me a while to get these things down pat, but now that I have them, I'm sleeping great. So I'm going to end by talking about one of my clients that I historically worked with. Her name was Melissa, and she always would tell me I'm doing everything right. That was her thing. I'm doing everything right. But she couldn't get to sleep. She could not sleep. Why? Because her brain turned into basically a TED Talk at night when she went to bed. Everything just started kind of coming through from the day into her head. But once she started journaling before bed, that was her key. She started journaling before bed and setting boundaries with work. So she had a cutoff time for doing emails, had a cutoff time for responding to text. Her sleep significantly improved, and her cravings dropped as well, because those go hand in hand, and fat loss followed. So none of this stuff is rocket science, but if you consistently strive to do these things, you're going to see results. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this up, because burning fat while you sleep is not about biohacks. It's about supporting your body's natural processes. Your nighttime routine can either help you recover, regulate hormones, and burn fat, or it can keep you stressed, inflamed, and stuck. And the best part is, none of these habits require extreme dieting. They don't require punishing workouts or giving up your regular life for the most part. These are relatively easy things to do, and they have big payoff. So if you've been feeling stuck and not able to get good quality sleep consistently, you don't have to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Pick 2 to 3 of these habits from the list that I shared with you today, and work on those. Work on incorporating those into your life, because small, consistent changes, that's where real transformation happens. Being consistent. I always say that. All right, lovelies, that's it for today's episode of Get Lean and Live with Lindy. And if this episode hit close to home for you, share it with a friend who's still eating almonds at 10 p.m., thinking it doesn't count. Share it with them. And always remember, you do not need to do more. You just need to work consistently, period. So until next time, keep it real, keep it consistent, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Boom! I just earned a $600 bonus with an Old National Bank checking account.
You got this.
I do?
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Can you say bonus?
When she walked in on her first day at Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas, she didn't know a soul.
I'm Zion, and I'm a second year at DFC.
A year later, and so many changes for Zion.
I love my friends here. I couldn't do anything without them. We support each other all the time.
At Doherty Family College, Zion also finds support on the academic side. Like all DFC students, Zion can count on a team committed to her success. Doherty Family College is Minnesota's affordable private college option. DFC students earn their associate's degree, and then can transition to a 4-year college or university for their bachelor's. Many are students of color or first in their family to go to college.
It's nice to see people that look like you pursuing an education, wanting to succeed academically.
Zion encourages any high school student looking for a college home to do what she did and apply to Doherty Family College.
All the support you could need is here.
Ready to make your move and experience Doherty Family College for yourself? Then schedule your visit to the Minneapolis campus at dfc.stthomas.edu/visit.